All right, so this is a video if you were absent today, and we are on page 21 of the Unit 6 equations packet. And so what we're doing today in class is we're actually doing the review packet. So we're doing this one in class, and then the test is going to be the next time we're in math. So what I'll do is, because in class we're working on this independently. So what I'll do is I'll give you some tips about completing the review packet, and then what I want you to do is complete it on your own. But I'll give you some. I'll show you the answers. I'll attach it to this this classroom assignment that I want you to check after you finish doing this, because this is very similar to the test. So doing this will help you prepare for the test. Will help you, remind you how to solve these equations. But again, I'll give you some tips as we're going to complete this. All right, so we're going to just do one of these together completely. And then again, I'll show you some other tips for these. So let's try number one together, just so we can remind ourselves how to set up and solve an equation. First step is to write the equation, 5 plus g equals 6. And then we'll put a line through the equal sign. Now for this one, we have to focus on whatever's with the variable. So right now we have a plus 5 with the variable. We want to get rid of that plus 5. So we're going to do the inverse, the opposite. So we're going to subtract 5. And if we do it to one side, we're going to do it to the other. So let's check this side out. 5 minus 5, that cancels out. And all we are left with is g equals 6 minus 5 is 1. So there's our solution right here. That's our answer. Now we're going to check to make sure that answer is correct by doing a 3-step check. First part of the 3-step check, of course, is to rewrite the equation. Next step would be, instead of g, we'll put our solution, which would be 1. 5 plus 1 equals 6. And then 5 plus 1 is 6, and 6 equals 6. All right, so when you try these three below it, again, these ones are pretty straightforward. These are pretty basic ones. I want you to try 2, 3, and 4. So what you could do is this. So this is not the whole review packet. I'm going to show you more tips and tricks, but if you wanted to pause it now and try those three and keep on going, you can. Or if you want to listen to all the tips and tricks and then try the whole thing at once, you can do that as well. So you're going to try those, 2, 3, and 4. Make sure to check. And then we'll go to the next page. So the second page is, we're also going to solve equations, but these ones are a little bit more, a little trickier, because here we have fractions. But again, to solve this addition equation, we're going to subtract the same thing from both sides. It's going to look just like an addition equation, and we're going to check it just like an addition equation. It's just that there are fractions. Same thing for number 6. Nothing really that different here. We have decimals here. It's a subtraction equation. So we're going to solve it using adding. We're going to add on both sides. But again, it's going to look very similar to the other equations we've already done with subtracting. So you're going to try 5 and 6. Now with 7, I'll help you set this one up. And 8, I will help you set up. And then you'll finish it. But for 7, you notice that this is a multiplication equation with a fraction. So it's going to be a half times f equals 20. Put the little wall there. Okay, so our goal is to get the f by itself. So what we want to do is we're going to, instead of, I know this is multiplying, but when we have a fraction, remember that's the special case here. Instead of multiplying by 1/2, dividing by 1/2, we're going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal of 1/2. And again, we only do this when we're trying to undo multiplying fractions. So we're going to multiply by the reciprocal, which would be 2 over 1 on this side. And we're going to do the same thing to this side. I'll change that to 20 over 1 just to help with that. Okay? So what happens is these cancel out, and we're left with f equals, and then there's what you multiply to get the answer. Again, we've done ones like this before. I just wanted to help you set this one up. So I want you to finish that one. Again, you can look back at the packet because we've done ones like that before to see how to solve and check that. This last one here, I'll help you set this one up too. This one's a little different than other division ones we've done. There is a decimal in there, and it also has the division sign. So the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to write out the equation. Okay, I'm going to do my wall. And now this is a slightly different, but what's the, we'll still use the inverse. What's the opposite of division? It's going to be multiplication. And watch how we do this one. So I'm going to multiply by 2500ths on both sides. And I'm going to multiply by 2500ths on this side too. Now, when you multiply decimals, you don't have to line them up. So these cancel out, and you're left with z equals, then you just multiply that. When you multiply that, which should be a whole number, you should get a whole number as an answer. When you multiply that, you're going to get your solution here, and then you'll check it just like normal. This is the equation. You'll write it down. Okay, that's the first step, and then you'll put your solution in for z, and then you'll solve, or you'll figure out if that checks. So I want you to finish 8. So again, finishing 8 would mean multiplying these and then checking. Okay. All right, let's go to the back. So on the test, there is a section where you're going to write and solve equations. And I have some amazing tips for this page. First tip is this. What I would do is I would break down each section into 3 parts, leaving a space below for your answer. So that's the let statement, equation, check. Third part would be check, and then I'm going to write my answer sort of on the bottom here. So we'll put 3 sections, let statement, equation, check, answer on the bottom. Let statement, equation, check, answer on the bottom. Let statement, equation, check, answer on the bottom. All right, now, I just want to point something out here. The first question says division. You're going to write a division equation. The second one doesn't say anything. The third one says subtraction. And the fourth one says addition. So this is division, top one's division, you got subtraction, addition. I bet the one that is not listed is probably multiplication. That's a test-taking tip there. So that's division, subtraction, addition. This is probably multiplication. Here's another tip. Okay. When you're writing these, and I'll write, we're going to start out this first one together, and then I'm going to have you try the other 3. But if you look back at the first page of the review packet, if you're ever not sure what an equation looks like, check back at this page. This is what these equations look like. This is an example of what an addition equation looks like. This is what a subtraction equation looks like. This is what a multiplication equation looks like. And that's what a division equation looks like. So when you write your equations on the last page that we're looking at today, these might help you check to make sure that your equation looks the same. Okay. So actually, the bottom of this page, actually at the top, I'm just going to jot down a couple things that I remember. So addition equations, variable plus the part, oh boy, plus the part equals total. Okay. Subtraction is going to be variable minus the part equals the part. Multiplication, is going to be the variable times the part equals the total. And division is going to be the variable keep breaking this pencil. Divided by the part equals the part. So, I mean, notice the variable is always first. I mean, that might help you start off these equations. So we're going to start off one of these together, and then I want you to try the rest of them. Okay, again, this is the review packet. This will get you ready for the test. 1/3 of a bird's eggs hatched. If 2 eggs hatched, write, solve, and check a division equation to solve for t, the total number of eggs the bird laid. All right, let's do it. Let t, I'm going to do cursive t, equal number of eggs the bird laid. So this is a division equation. Again, if I didn't know what a division equation looked like, I could go to the first page and I can see what a division equation looks like. But I notice here there's a fraction, 1/3. That 1/3 is going to help us write a division equation, of course. So I'm going to start with my variable. Variable goes first. Variable divided by, well, the 1/3 tells me divide by 3 equals 2. All right, so then we would solve it. Of course, we'd solve it by multiplying by 3 on both sides. In this area, you would check it. Okay, you're going to check it in that box. And then at the end, you're going to write your answer, whatever the answer is to the question. I'll just write answer here. That goes at the bottom. Okay, so now this one's not done, but I want you to finish that one that we started together. I want you to solve it for t, and then try finish 9, and then try 10, 11, and 12. Again, I will put the answers with this assignment that you can check after you do the review packet. Do the review packet, try it on your own first, then check, just because this will be very good practice for the test coming up. All right, if you have any questions about this or about the test or about anything else, feel free to let me know through an email or on Google Classroom. If not, hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you soon. Okay, bye-bye.